Well, hello everybody, and welcome to another quick live stream with a bit of an update. So let's just get what I need to get sorted out ready. Right then. So again, welcome. Let me turn my mic down. It's a little bit loud. Using this OBS studio for the second time. I'm getting the hang of it now. So I did a video. What was it? Let me think. 3 days ago, I think, where it was called the video was called "Cardboard Copper Gets Intimidated," and needless to say, oi oi, hello Victor, nice to see you. Needless to say, this caused a bit of discourse and an interesting discussion in the chat and the comments section, which is understandable because of the situation and what it caused and this, that, and the other. And a lot of people have done what they usually do with, shall we say, videos, which is they interpret what I said and or didn't say and inserted words into my mouth and made it more than it was, etc., 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 which is absolutely fine. It is one of those things. Now, I knew there was a problem. Hey, PD Rich, nice to see you. Nice to see you to be here. Thanks, Gobs. No worries, nice to see you. Again, just another quick one, as it's called apologies and corrections, because this is what this video is all about. So, I played the video of what I thought, see, it's a clue already, there was a PCSO pushing a guy out because he was going to do a ticket. But a couple of people have drew my attention to the fact that maybe things were not as what they seem. So I've done a bit of digging and I paid a little bit of attention. And what I need to do is apologise first to the fact that it's not a PCSO, okay? It's not a PCSO. It's got nothing to do with the police whatsoever. It was a mistake. Purely because that's what I thought it looked like. Mainly because of the blue thing on the back of their high-vis, which I'll bring up now in any case as a picture. So as you can see, this blue thing here, this is off my stream, you can see all the relevant pieces of information. You can see that. So I saw this and thought, oh, well, I've seen that before, that with the writing on the back. It's a PCSO. Therefore, and I just said, no context of how we got here. But of course, people meant that somehow I already told people what it was. And the fact that this vehicle was illegally parked. Right then, this isn't a PCSO, okay? It just genuinely isn't a PCSO. Let's see if I can bring this down a bit. There we go. Let's get that in there. That's a little bit better. There we go. So this isn't a PCSO at all. Then I thought, oh, well, if it's not a PCSO, it's going to be a traffic warden. And it kind of is. Now, if you look at the back of it, it says community protection. So basically, he's a council employee. He is, for all intents and purposes, a traffic warden. Nothing to do with the police whatsoever. Which is why, because some people said, well, if he was a PCSO, why didn't he get on the old radio and call for real police to back him up? That's because it's nothing to do with the police. It's council. Now, there was some people went, oh, you're glorifying this and you're doing this, so I just adjusted it because this was not where it's supposed to be. There we go. Somebody inserted words into my mouth on Facebook last night. I was saying that Stephen Moffat was going to save this series of Doctor Who. Then I actually said I'd be watching, and I'm out. Exactly. I mean, people were saying that with this one, I had a problem with it because there was Asian people involved and black people involved, which is not what I said. What I was saying is they statistically they're the ones who illegally park, and then words were saying that I'd said that there was nothing like that. Basically, what happened was all I said was we've no idea what led up to this particular situation, and the context may ensue. Now, a lot of people went, oh, well, if that's a PCSO, they're not very professional. Well, it's not. It's a parking warden. It's a traffic warden. So that explains the complete. Now, him pushing this guy who got his camera in his face, I wasn't condoning that at all. That's assault. Whether, I mean, if someone's sticking a camera in your face but doing nothing other than sticking a camera in your face, you can't turn around and lamp them one. Okay, you just can't. Now, because I didn't say that specifically, obviously people are saying, "Oh, this, that." And it is what it is. When you do these videos, you pass comment, and there's 1,001 people who just don't want to say anything. So, any case, there was no excuse for him to assault this gentleman here. Then there was no need for the other guy who had nothing to do with that coming here and pushing him over. So that's basically what this little video is just to say, is the fact that this was not a PCSO. I mean, originally it was because people thought he was a police officer, and I went, no, it's a PCSO, and I was wrong. I took by the uniform, but then realised after some people had pointed out in the chat that, you know, it's not quite right here, that going into it, he was a traffic warden. So there's still no excuse for the violence of anyone involved, but the simple truth of the matter is, this traffic warden dude here was wrong to assault that guy for doing nothing more than holding his camera to his face. As I said, there was no context to this. I have no idea whether the traffic warden had said something inappropriate, which it then caused other people to get their cameras out. No idea, no context, but the apology is it's not a PCSO. I apologise that bit of information I gave you was incorrect. So I'm apologising and correcting it and saying that the person was not a PCSO. So originally it was, he's not a police officer, he's a PCSO. He's not a PCSO. He's a traffic warden. And that's probably why he didn't like having a camera put in his face, because we've all met them and they're all, no offence to the vast majority of them, they're a bunch of arrogant, angry arseholes. We've all had run-ins with them and we all know what they're like. So there's no excuse for that. So that's what it is. Agree, Gobby. Even the black belt barrister has to have to roll something back and apologise. Thing is, the best way to run these sort of things when you do commentary and stuff like that is, if you get something wrong, you come out and apologise. You come out and say, sorry, I got that wrong. There's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with coming out and saying that and going, I got that wrong. I do apologise, and make the correction as required, because I think that's the right thing to do. That's the grown-ass adult thing to do. Yeah, it's the right thing to do. You know, and it's refreshing, I think, when you see on channels where, I mean, as PD Rich rightly said, the black belt barrister doing the same thing, coming back and saying, I got that wrong, I'm ever so sorry, I apologise, because that's the right thing to do, and I find it refreshing. Yeah, that's way too far for a traffic warden. It's, to be fair, it's too far for anyone. Just because somebody's got a camera in your face doesn't give you the right to lamp them. It really doesn't. That's assault. Yeah. If it smacks you around the head with it, okay, fair enough. But no. Okay. And then the guy who come in and pushed him in the back, that's also assault, but, you know, probably defended his mate, because that was completely unprovoked. And to be fair, if you can't take the stick, which you're going to get, then you shouldn't do it. It's as simple as that. He's right, Gob. So it is, you know, and I want to try and run this channel, honestly. So if I make a mistake, I'm going to say I made a mistake. It's the right thing to do, because that's what we used to do. Is we made mistakes, we used to go, I'm ever so sorry, my hands up, made a mistake. I know the left waffer like to go, well, obviously it's because of the colour of my skin, or it's because of this, or it was because of that, or it was because of any other excuse than just to own up and say, you know, got it wrong. Sometimes we can only see something from one or two angles and find out there's a third or fourth angle. It's exactly. And this is what's happened. Somebody drew my attention to the fact that it was maybe not a PCSO, went back, did a bit more research, dug in, had a look, found out it was a traffic warden, realised I've made a mistake, and there you go. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. You can react to a situation that you see, and then if you find out later that you're wrong, you should put your hands up and say, I was wrong. Okay? It's as simple as that. My dad always said, there's three sides to the story, your side, my side, and the truth, which usually sits somewhere in the middle, to be fair. Let's be honest. You know, it's, you know, but so, any case, that's the whole idea of this very quick sort of pop-on live stream. It's also the fact that I'm now using OBS. to go straight onto YouTube, which is a lot quicker, a lot more efficient, and I can do a lot more on this than I can do on anything else. StreamYard's great for getting guests on. So when I've got guests, obviously I'll use StreamYard. I'm knocking Rumble on the head for the moment. Their streaming system is great, but it just fails too many times for me. So I'm not going to do that. So if I'm having guests on, I'll be on StreamYard. If I'm going to do a live stream, it's now going to be OBS because I find this so much easier to run. Now I've got my the YouTube chat up, and I've even got things that tell me how I'm doing and all this stuff, so I can see how many people are watching, etc. It's a much more easier, simplified system, and I can do so much more from the control point on here. You know, I can just literally just drop straight in and out of stuff. So there you go. So bringing this one quickly to an end. I know it's only a little short one, but I just thought I needed to get out there and correct the error that I made, and you know, hopefully, I'm sure somewhere along the line I'll make more mistakes. Everybody does. Problem is when you're doing things like political and news articles and that, it is very much instantaneous reaction, and then you sort of have to come back and apologise. And at least, unlike the BBC and other mainstream media, I don't try and sneak it in. You know, whatever works for you, Gobby. Amen. Yeah, and it's right. I can't let that lie and just go and just pretend that it is what it is. So with that, I'm done. So until the next one.